Morning, YouTube. This one here is going to be about having the best penetrating oil that you can find around here. So, this is how to be able to break off nuts and bolts and anything that's really stuck that's giving you a super hard time. This is the best product that I've ever seen. You can see it right here on the screen. Made by Seafoam Works. They have this at plenty of your local shops that you can go to as far as Advanced Auto, O'Reilly's, what is the other ones here? AutoZone. Pretty much any one of these are going to carry this thing. And you see it's 4.9 stars out of 144 as far as the rating goes. But literally, as it's reading on the label, it said multi-purpose lubricant looses stubborn parts, cleans and protects metals, resists heat and evaporation, and dries moisture. But this has definitely been the best thing I've seen. I've had plenty of people had problems trying to break their lug nuts off of their tire and could not get it to work. To where a guy was using all his force, everything else wouldn't work. Spray this on there, let it soak good 10-15 minutes, spray it again, come back, about 30 minutes total, and then they all come right off. So keep that in mind. This isn't something crazy where you're having to use a torch, go to crazy extremes. It's simply spray on, let it soak in, and wait. Do it again. It's like typically if it doesn't work within the first application or two, just give it some more, spray it again, and it'll continually work itself deeper down. But I've had great results with it. It's a little bit pricey, there's no doubt about it, but it's really not if you're really having problems. And it doesn't take a lot of the product, though. That's the other great thing about it. This is not one to where you're going to have to sit there and just soak it and soak it. I mean, you spray a little bit, enough to cover it, and just let it soak in. You don't have to go crazy with it because it's a penetrating oil. You want it to go deep down anyway. So if you're spraying too much, you're basically just wasting the product. So spray enough to coat it and let it soak in. If it needs another application, do that, but don't go crazy just holding it down. And it's well worth the money, I promise you, if you have anything that's really giving you that hard of a time. But you can see on here also says General Petroleum formula, non-corrosive, VOC compliant. To me, it's really not that bad of a smell compared to a lot of these other ones that I've used, like PB Blaster and all these other ones. It still does have a smell to it, but nowhere near as harsh that is so strong that you can smell it if you're anywhere close to it. But here's some of the other things they're saying for deep penetrating lubricant, especially formulated to crawl along metal surfaces and parts and creep deep into the threadings of nuts, bolts, and mechanisms and more. Works fast to break metal surface tension. Quickly cuts through rust and corrosion to free stubborn parts. It says learn how. So of course you can click there on any of these links to learn a little bit more about these products. It says discover how Deepcrete lasts longer to lubricate metal parts and mechanisms. Used to oil gears, gun parts, bushings, chains, hinges, rollers, and slides. Long-lasting lubricant that resists evaporation and extreme heat. Said Deepcrete crawls on metal and cuts through tough grime to clean and protect parts and mechanism. Protects metal surfaces from moisture and corrosion. Used to fog cylinder cavities for storage or to clean and protect metal tools and more. Made from powerful petroleum ingredients, yet uniquely gentle on polymers and resins. And you can see more, like say, at the ratings and everything here. But if you're really looking for a product, if you're having to deal with things that's stuck on a pretty regular basis where you're working with your hands, you want something easy to use, especially if you're a mechanic of any kind, if you do heating or air or whatever, dealing with stuck fan motors, trying to get the shafts off and all, this is an absolute great product for anything of that sort, screws, whatever. But anyways, I hope that this video is of use to you there to where you actually get the opportunity to experience this and see it for yourself to understand just how valuable this stuff is. I hope it saves you a ton of time and that your next challenge isn't so challenging with having this product now in your arsenal. Anyways, like, subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, feel to leave them below, and I'll see you on the next one.